have an X, but if you just click on the black box, it'll go away.
Goes away. Okay, perfect. All right, you guys, we are live now. So welcome everybody to the January 2023 Ask Your Guides live event. So glad you're here. I'm going to be going down through the chat, taking your questions one at a time. So if you have a question, just type the word question in chat, and then I'll come around to get you. So I'd like to start with just a little opening prayer, if you don't mind. So just take a couple deep breaths, sit back, relax. Let's invite our guides, our team, our legion of angels to join us today, because we need a legion. Things are getting pretty crazy out there. And the energies are amping up. I don't know if you're feeling them, but wow, are the energies amping up. There's a new moon coming and all kinds of stuff. So it's a really exciting time in the world to be a light worker. We're being called to step up even higher than we have before. And you might have felt those energies in your body. So just know that's normal. Other people are feeling them too. We've been talking about that a lot in the 21-day meditation group, where all the shifts that are happening are just remarkable. And it's going to keep getting better. There's going to be more challenges. The Metatron has warned us about that, but we're ready. We've been preparing. So onward, together we go. So I'm asking all of our guide teams to come together to be with us in this circle today, to bring the magic, because, we love that magic, and more is a really wonderful thing. So thank you all for being here, bringing your beautiful, wonderful soul energy into the circle. Blessings to one and all. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our teams, and we are going to begin. So Kelly has a question. Do animals reincarnate? And if they do they always come back as the same species, or can they switch like a horse as a cat or a bear? So that's a great question. So do animals reincarnate? Absolutely, they do. If you could just mute, that would be really great. Sorry, I didn't ask you to do that before. So yeah, they do reincarnate, but when animals reincarnate, can they reincarnate into a different species? No, they stay the same. Interesting. Yeah, it's probably has something to do with, karma. It's because of the karma. You draw the karma, just as we only come as humans. We're not switching into animals. And I know some people will tell you that they believe that we do. And that is their truth. I won't argue with that. I'm just telling you this is the reality that's been given to me to share. So that's what I know to be true. Does that answer your question, Kelly?
It does. Thank you.
Awesome. You're so welcome. Nicole on the iPhone, what's your question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm having all kinds of time issues. I feel so absent-minded. Like, my husband's actually concerned about me because I don't remember conversations. I'm having, and just time. I can't keep a calendar straight, and I get times wrong all the time. And all this is relatively new. So I'm wondering, what's up with that? Do I need to be worried?
That's a great question. Okay, so for Nicole, what's up with this whole time confusion thing? What can you enlighten us with? I'm feeling a shifting. It's almost like you're a glacier, and I'm feeling you shifting across the land. It's happening slowly, but there's this big shift. So to me, that's a systemic thing. That's part of your DNA being rewritten, and you're just experiencing it in that way as a time disruption. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I'm very thrilled to hear that. And I kind of figured that was the case, because I don't feel alarmed, but it's nice to it's nice to get some feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, and the important thing about that is if they were showing it as happening very slow and gradual.
Yeah.
Because that's for your sake. If it was any more, then it would be disturbing to you. So they're doing it as gently as they can, but it's a necessary part of your up leveling right now.
Awesome.
Does that answer your question fully?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Awesome.
Unless there's anything else they have to share about it.
Okay. Anything else
Probably
you want
not.
to share with Nicole this morning? Stay warm, baby. You got this.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Rachel, you have a fun question that's not business related. Wow. What's your question?
Isn't that fun? Yeah, thank you. I was wondering if it's optimal for me to search for an apartment and buy an apartment in a southern country. And instead of traveling, I was thinking buying a place, an apartment, and then kind of have a second home base or something.
Uh-huh.
And I have two locations I'm thinking about. One is Spain and one is Majorca. Maybe
Okay.
that helps.
Yeah, it helps to narrow in. So for Rachel, is it an optimal choice for her to settle into a home base as she travels? Yeah, it feels really good. It's like you've been lacking that feeling of roots somewhere. Even though you won't be there all the time, it gives you that flexibility. There's more comfort, there's more ease, which will affect everything going forward. So would it be optimal to go to Spain and find this place? And what about Majorca? I get a yes on both of them. So let's just ask for a little more. Would one be better than the other? Okay, so would that be Majorca? Or would it be Spain? Majorca gets the number one.
That's where my heart is. Yeah, that's where my heart is. It's way more expensive though, but that's really where I lost my heart 20 years ago. I already lived there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
don't
very
even
helpful.
focus on the expense, because you know, if it's something that your heart desires, you can manifest it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
lean
would
into the desire.
would it be an option within the next 6 months, for example?
Is it highly likely that Rachel can manifest this within 6 months? A little bit longer than that. What about within a year?
Okay.
Yeah. Is that very, very likely? Like almost definite? Yeah, within a year you can make this happen. Maybe sooner. You know, there are some things in flux.
Oh, that is so good. Yeah, that's really good. That's what I'm thinking too. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Okay.
You've
Yeah.
needed some kind of shift, so maybe this is that golden key you've been searching for.
Yeah. 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 And I'm feeling really good with my YouTube. I'm making a change and it's feeling very, very good.
Awesome.
So yeah. Anything else that they want to share?
Anything else for Rachel today? They're just gibberish, yibbity bibbity, let's go kind of stuff like that. It's that fun. It feels like you've been putting more fun in there because your energy is lighter right now, and it's like, yay, do more of that. Keep bringing that fun element into it, because that will speed up your manifestation.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you.
You too. Debbie, you're getting hay soon. But no, it's not an issue at all. You just be here when you can. We'll be waiting for you. Shirley, you've got a question.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm wondering what my guides, if my guides have any advice regarding using my psychic and medium gifts with police in solving crimes or missing people, if that's something I should pursue.
Okay, so for Shirley, would it be an optimal choice to use her gifts to help the police with things like missing people? Oh yeah, I get this real warm feeling in my solar plexus, like I just had a bowl of hot oatmeal.
I love oatmeal.
There you go.
Perfect. So would that be something I would concentrate on, or is that just one avenue?
Okay, so would that be something that she would put a lot of focus into, or is it more like a sideline thing? Yeah, more like a sideline thing. Just when the opportunity presents itself, because what they're saying is not everyone will be a good match for your skills. So you're going to be selective in the ones that you help with. You will know. So that wouldn't be enough to be a full-time gig, but it could definitely lead to something else. I'm feeling like strings are being pulled. So that's one string to pull that's going to connect to some other strings. There's more behind this. It's opening a door for you. That's really exciting.
Okay. Do they have any information about if I should contact them, if they contact me? How does that work?
Okay. So the optimal way to get this kicked off, would it be for Shirley to contact them? Yeah. It's just, letting them know you're available. And is there a specific person that it would be better for her to connect with? No, I'm not getting that. It's one of those, it's like you're kind of, You're on the fringes. You're keeping your eyes and ears open, looking for that door that opens. You'll know it when it happens. It's that door of opportunity so that you can, because you don't want to come off as one of those people that's argy-bargy, you come in and
Exactly.
pushy
Exactly.
and yeah. So
Because I know most of us are seen as, cuckoos.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's wait for that door that's going to open. You will feel it when it happens. There's a door of opportunity that's there for you.
Is there someone I should work with, another psychic or a police officer, or is there a particular person that I should partner with?
Would it be wise to partner with someone? Not necessarily. What about another psychic, working with another psychic? Would that be useful? No, your gift is yours, Shirley. It's different and stands alone. So you would be doing this yourself. And it's feeling like you might develop a relationship with, 2 or 3 of the officers who would then trust and rely upon you and let others know that you're available. But that will happen gradually over time. It's look for that door that opens. And when it opens, it's feeling like it might be just a little bit of an opening, like just enough to get your foot in the door. Not like flinging open. So you'll just use your intuition, feel your way through that opportunity when it comes.
Okay. Is there any timing on? Did I see any timing when I could start doing that? Or?
Can you give us an idea of when that door might open? Is it in the near future? A little further out? More than 6 months? More than a year? More than 2 years? I just keep getting, this is really weird, Shirley. It's like it keeps getting pushed forward. Let's try the other tactic. Would it be less than a year that this opportunity could present itself to her? Yeah, I'm just getting all straight yeses to everything I ask, which means it's not settled. There's a lot of confusion around it. So it could be any of those things. It could be sooner. This is a job you want to give to your angels. Let them go to work on it so you don't worry about it. Let it evolve, and they'll like tap you on the shoulder or something to alert you when they brought all the pieces together. That's what it was. Yeah. You can't do this by yourself. That's what they're wanting you to get. It's like call the angels to set everything up so that when you do put your foot in the door, everything is laid out for you and it's successful.
Okay. May I ask one more question?
Sure.
What do I do when a victim of a violent crime comes to me from the other side and gives me a message to give his family? What do I do with that? A very loving message, but it's not something I can just, look up their number and call them or send them. What do I do with that? Am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to give that message?
Okay. So how does Shirley handle this when a departed loved one brings her a message and they've been a victim of crime? You throw it right back in the lap of that departed loved one and you say, okay, I want to deliver this to your family, but you have to give me the means. You've got to give me the opening so they will accept it. That's not your job. You don't have to figure that out. They're coming and dumping their crap on you. How fair is that? So throw it right back. Throw it right back in their lap. Listen, I would be happy to deliver your message, but you've got to make the way for me.
Okay, I hadn't thought about that. Okay, all right, that makes sense because I absolutely don't want a cold.
Exactly.
contact.
And of course, that could then lead to that opportunity of the open door with the police.
Okay, that's why I had the question because victims do come to me but I don't know what to.
Because you want to honor that in whatever way you can, but it's not your responsibility to go tapping on their door and say, hey, I got a message from your departed loved one. That's just too intrusive. So they've got to pave the path for you.
Okay, all right, that helps. Thank you.
You're welcome. Katharina, great to have you back again. What's your question?
Hi, Deborah. Thanks. My question is it safe for me to travel within the next week?
Okay, for Katharina, is it safe to travel in the next week? Yes. Is that 100%? Yes. I feel smooth. I see the plane. There's this beautiful almost sunset, so the lights across the horizon low, so it's not glaring. It's just very peaceful and beautiful. Serenity, that's what I feel. Yeah, very good.
Thank you. Is there, I'm experiencing a lot of fear around it, and I have done for decades. Do my guides have any thoughts on that, on what's going on with that? What's up with that? If it's safe, what's up with my fear?
Okay, so what can you share with Katharina about this fear of flying? Is it related to a past life trauma? No. Is it some repressed present life memory? Yeah, did you have some kind of a really bad experience early on with planes?
A few smaller experiences, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of stuck there. It's almost like muscle memory that gets triggered when you're on the plane. So what you can do is you can go into meditation. You can ask your angels to guide you and show you a way to relax with that. Or even better than that, when you're sitting on the plane, you know, even before you get on the plane, call the angels in. As soon as you sit down, take some deep breaths, do a little mini meditation so that you've got angels surrounding you there on the plane. And from there, it's in their hands. You trust them. You know they're going to take care of you, so you can relax and just enjoy the flight, because you don't want to be attracting negative things to you with all of that fear.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And is there any better day for me to go, or any time within the next week is okay?
Okay, so is there any particular day in the next week that would be the optimal one for her to fly? I got a yes on Monday. I don't know if that's possible. And then Sunday, you're talking a week from tomorrow, Sunday? Yeah, a week from tomorrow, Sunday. So I don't know if that fits in your plan.
Let me see. Yeah, but if it was a different day, it would still be okay.
Yeah, they're not saying there's bad days. Those are just better days.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sydney, good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. I feel like a broken record. I haven't been able to pick something to go towards. I've been winding down my massage practice and keep above water. So grateful for that, doing less work. It's sort of like being on sabbatical and working just to keep money coming in. But I want to really have prosperity come in a big way. I'm just not sure what to go towards. Should I get a corporate job, like learn a skill, or go to a senior intern program, which they have, somebody returning back to the corporate world after a break? You know, what to do, because I just want to sink my teeth into something and go forward,
Yeah.
or
It's
start my own
always
business.
always about what brings you the most joy, because you've got all these options. You're not wanting to make a choice. The angels can't help you until you make a choice. So if money and time were no object, what would be the thing that you would choose to spend your time on?
Yeah, that's not a good question for me, because I have so many things that I would do. I mean,
Well, can you
I'm a
narrow it
collage
down?
artist. I'm a silk screen. I'm teaching. Somebody wants me to teach IET. Um, I'm a natural teacher. I'm always giving people information, and that does give me joy. So that could mean corporate trainer, learning and development person in corporate. But am I cut out for corporate? I mean, I worked in corporate 30 years ago for 6 months. That's it. You know, like I have been on the fringes as a freelancer, etc. So I hear you, and that's supportive, but it makes me upset. Like I do have a lot of choices. So what's the goal? I want to be in community. I want to be respected. I want prosperity. I think I would like the routine of being in corporate, but I'm not sure if I'm cut out for it because of dynamics, politics, etc. So, you know.
Well, you've avoided it most of your life for a good reason.
Yeah.
You're enjoying being on the fringes, not being, pulled into all that stuff, having your own say in your life. Plus, you've got this other heart's desire to do the artwork. It's just got to be something that's sustainable, which is probably what's holding you back, that fear that it's not enough to sustain you. So therefore, you're not committing 100% and it's not happening. But your angels are there. They're wanting to help you. It's just you've got to make a choice and do something. Now, that doesn't mean only one thing, Sydney. It can be an umbrella of things that you could do, but you got to focus on some direction. So let's just ask, for the optimal choice for Sydney's long-term well-being, would a corporate job be wise? No.
Okay.
So silk screening, is that something that could be lucrative and highly optimal for her? Yeah, that's a big yes. And what about the collage work? Yeah, I mean, it's like an umbrella of things, right? It's all of those together.
Okay.
But the thing is, you've got to get some focus in one direction to get traction. If you're doing them all at the same time, you're going to dilute your efforts.
Well, I'm actually paralyzed into stillness, right? Like what direction to go in. So I've not tried the silk screening. I have hundreds of collages. I guess I just need to put them on whatever, Instagram, and see if people like them, and, see what happens next, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So I appreciate
that. Secret, right? You're probably like a lot of light workers living under the cloak of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So you put that stuff out there and some people see it, but it's not a large enough scale to be sustainable for you. Does that feel true to you?
I don't know, because the work is channeled. So it maybe it will be interesting to a lot of people. Yeah. Maybe it is teaching, leading collage classes on Zoom, or doing private readings, and you get a collage from it, not just talking. So, okay.
So the thing is, you keep your massage business going because you need the income. Do that on the side until you work it up so that it's big enough that you can bridge over into doing that more.
Okay. That's very, very helpful.
It's a process. You don't just leap, right? You've got to have a bridge that supports getting you to that space.
Great. And anything else from my guides? I have a cold for some reason now, and so more stillness. But anything from my guides on any subject? Anything you want to share with Sydney today? Stop talking and get moving. You're overthinking this. Just pick something, for crying out loud, and do it. All right, very good. And if it doesn't work, then you discard and you do the next thing. But it's always underlying everything is what brings you joy. Yeah. If you're not getting joy, it's not going to work. Yep. Super helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. Rachel, good morning. Did you have a question? Rachel H?
No.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right. Well, glad you could make it.
Okay. Thank you.
Amanda, you've got, you just want to know what your guides have to share with you. You can unmute yourself, Amanda.
Yep. Sorry. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So what would you like to share with Amanda today? I'm hearing Willie Nelson singing Blue Skies. Do you know that song?
Yeah, actually, they had the same message for me last month.
Really? Oh, that's so funny. Because I immediately saw the blue skies and I hear that beautiful voice. And so you're not getting out and connecting with nature enough. It's getting out there with your body, moving your body, and that connection with the earth, the grounding. That's important for you. And from that, a wellspring of joy comes up. It's almost like you're a tree, Amanda. It's really beautiful. You go out there and you put your feet down, so that becomes the base of the tree. And then that energy from Gaia flows up through you, meeting the energy from divine coming down from your crown chakra. And inside of you, that becomes this big ball that's energizing, inspiring, and helping you to move forward into the next phase of your life. But you've got to take that action. You've got to get out there and make that connection. Let the angels know that's your desire so that they can help you with it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's like a lack of action.
Okay. Towards what I want or towards
What brings you
grounding?
joy,
Okay.
right? You've got to have some kind of forward momentum, movement, making a choice, going forward, taking action, making new choices. Then your angels get involved. They can throw out the breadcrumbs to help shape it for you, but you've got to pick the path. So if you're standing there looking at a path that splits into 3 spaces, you have to pick one of those and get moving. And just know, it doesn't matter which of the 3 you pick, you're going to end up at the same place.
Okay.
The destination is always the same. It's the journey that changes depending on the path that you choose. And you can always change that along the way if it's not working. So don't be afraid of making a choice that it's going to be the wrong one. Feel your way through it. Pick the one that right now today feels the best and just go do that. And then as you get moving, you'll adjust it. You're not stuck on that path forever just because you said 2 days ago that that's where you wanted to go. You're always shifting, changing, tweaking along the way, but you've got to get moving first.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're not a tree, so don't put down those kind of roots, even though that was the visual. Teresa, good morning. No question, but requesting messages from your guides, how to deal with health, which has been a challenge. Okay. So for Teresa, what can you share about this health issue? Lots of warm soup. Yeah, I'm feeling you holding this mug of warm soup and letting that warmth just permeate through your body. And as you're sipping on the warm soup, it's healing your body. So just natural things like that, and rest. It's giving yourself the space to rest and heal. Slow down for a little bit. There's been a lot of it feels a little bit frenetic, the energy, pushing a little too much. So it's stopping, taking that pause, let your body catch up with your soul, because they've been kind of pulling apart. Does that make sense to you? Are you there, Teresa? Okay, maybe he had to leave. All right, Brenda, you've got a question about the new man in your life. Do you want to clarify what the question is, or is it just to see the right one? That's what you want to ask? Is he the right one? Brenda?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Sorry about that. Yes, I've met somebody online. We seem to get along very well. There are a few little issues, but I have a very strong feeling about him, and I'm wondering if this is a good person to go ahead and meet and maybe be a potential partner for me.
Okay. So for Brenda, this new guy online, is he? What's that?
His name is Michael.
Okay. Michael. So Michael online, Michael, is this an optimal choice for a long-term relationship? No. Would it be wise to meet? No. Big no immediately.
Okay.
There's something off there.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. There was another person called Andy. What about him?
Okay. So what about Andy? Would he be a good long-term prospect for a relationship? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
energy there.
Good energy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Mike, good morning. What's your question?
My question is, will the emotional peace plan go wide?
Okay. For Mike, will the emotional peace plan go wide? Immediate yes, Mike.
That's what I thought. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Do you want any more on that?
Oh, okay. Yes, please. Am I taking all the right steps now? And a timeline, maybe.
Okay. So is Mike doing all the things he needs to do to achieve the goal of going wide? Yeah, but keep your eyes open because things could shift a little bit. I feel like you're standing on shifting sand. So it's going to be for you being cognizant of keeping your equilibrium as you move forward.
Okay.
So what about a timeline? Can you give us a timeline for the wide? Is it less than a year? Definitely less than a year. Less than 6 months? Less than 9 months. Yeah. So like 6 to 9 months.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too. Kat G, what is your question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's been a minute since I've been on this, so I'm really excited to join you again. I did have a question for my guides. Is this current business partnership the best choice for me growing my business? Do you mind if I just ask you all the questions and then we can go one by one, or?
Can you kind of condense it? Because there's a lot of people here and I'm not going to get to everybody.
Okay. I guess, yeah, it's definitely this business partnership, the best choice for my growing business. Will it be lucrative? Is it the best choice for me right now to gain momentum and profit?
Okay. Yeah.
And then my daughter, Elena, just wanted to say hi to her guides and see if they had anything for her.
Okay. So for Kat, is this present business relationship an optimal one? Yes. So is there anything you can tell her about it that will help her to move forward in happiness and success, fulfillment? Keep going, but watch the edges. It's almost like there's a leak under the edge of the door and gooey stuff is coming in. That's really weird. So it's like there's potential stuff to get stuck in. I think that's what it's about. So just watch for that coming in and clean it up immediately. Don't let it get out of hand. So it's being vigilant, isn't that? Yeah, being vigilant. Keeping an eye for those little things that are going to creep in that could potentially cause a lot of disruption for you. So it's not like you just jump on and sail your boat and everything works out perfectly. You've got to be on top of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I think it needs to be more organized and very set in what our relationship is as far as I think each putting the effort in, I think
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, don't let that stuff creep in that could cause disruption. Take care of it immediately.
Okay.
Okay, and so for Elena, is there anything that you'd like to share with her? They're singing her little sweetie baby charmy type songs. I'm hearing this kind of a song, but I don't know what it is. It's almost like a sing-song, sweetie baby honey kind of a song. I don't know if there's something she hears on a children's program that sounds like that, but they're singing her that song. It's very soothing, very sweet.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Her face. she's very happy and kind of surprised, like, wait, what song? But I'm sure it'll come to her when she realizes.
Yeah, and I see a picture of her playing Ring Around the Rosie with her angels. So they want to engage with her in a very playful, loving way.
Awesome. I'll let her know that, definitely. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Debbie, are you here now? Debbie K, are you here now?
Yep, we're here.
Okay.
Kind of. Can you hear me? We're in the truck. I think I have good satellite for a few minutes. So I guess my question is, are there any magical adventures that I should be aware of coming, or should I just go with the flow?
So for Debbie, is there anything she needs to be watching out for with extraordinary magical adventures, or just stay in the flow and allow it to unfold? Yeah, that felt really good when I said it. Yeah, and you knew that. It's always about staying in the flow and letting it unfold, because that's the exciting part about it. They just keep bringing more of the magic every day. It's like they're sprinkling stardust in front of you, and then you get to walk along that path and choose the most sparkly one and then enjoy it.
It's been super fun. In fact, on the way here, Dan and I were talking, and I said, I think that this joy that I'm feeling is because I've made the step and decision to retire. And so everything just seems to be going in such a magical way. There were a couple of days this week where it went a little low, and I went, that's no fun. I don't like that. Let's get back into joy and see if I can't spread more joy just by being happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's the journey, Debbie, because you have been on this bumpy road for so long. Now you've made the big choice that you were hemming and hawing about. Once you made the choice, the road got smoother. Yes. And so, sure, you're going to have some days that are up and down because you need the contrast. The difference is you now know what to do about it. You don't stay there. You address it immediately and get right back on that joy path. That's the transformation. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Dan and I, our plan is to work the business together and enjoy life. Enjoy it. So thank you so much.
You're so welcome. It's a delight to watch.
It's a delight to live.
Yeah. Isn't it about time? Have fun with the hay today.
All right. Yep. We're just driving in right now to get it loaded up. It's very foggy.
Be careful.
Very magical, actually. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Anna, you've got a question? Something you could be doing to move on your business path faster. Okay. So for Anna, what can she do to accelerate her business path? I'm hearing focus, focus, focus. Usually it's not a good thing to be, tunnel vision, wearing blinders. But in this case, you've got something building there with this business, and it's requiring more than the usual amount of focus. So at least in the short term, be very vigilant, be very focused, and keep going. It's almost like everything else falls away. That's all you're focused on for the short term, to get past whatever those blocks and challenges that you've been dealing with. And once you get past those, it gets a little bit easier. Over time, it'll get even more easy, but it's just going down that road. Keep moving. Don't stop. It's like, people who are driving along and somebody flags them down to stop, and it's a con job. They're trying to stop them and scam them. Don't fall for that. Keep going. Focus, focus, focus. Stay on your path. Keep moving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you, Deborah. I think if I can add just a little quick question to it, I've been feeling blocked creating a coaching program, and I think it's the timeline. So I'm wondering if it's, how many weeks it should be, whether it should be like a 6-month program or a shorter program. And I think that's really what's keeping me from advancing.
Okay. So this program that Anna's working on, what would be the optimal timing for that? How is it? Number of weeks? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So number of weeks that are optimal for this program. More than 3? Okay. More than 6? No. So 6? Yeah. 6 feels really good. And you could add a bonus on there, but 6 for the balance of the program is really good.
Okay, perfect.
So if you did like a bonus that maybe was whetting their appetite for something to come later, kind of dropping some breadcrumbs of things that might be in the future.
Right.
Does that make sense? It's like you're seeding the ground for the future. So you wrap it up with kind of a celebratory thing, but then seed the ground for the next phase.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Nancy, why didn't you die yesterday in the accident? Okay, so for Nancy, what can you tell her about the accident and that she survived? The simple answer, Nancy, is it wasn't your time. Your soul wasn't ready to go. Can you unmute and speak, Nancy?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I do feel like it wasn't my time to go, but I also felt like it was a very close calling. Does this have anything to do with a work warning?
Okay, the accident, is it connected to anything with her work? No. No, but it is a wake-up call. It's like a close call, a close shave to get your attention to say, wake up, wake up. There are things to do. There are things to be seen to and experiences to be had. And life is not promised every single day. You don't know when it might end. So it's like, wake up, be in the present moment, do what you can now, suck up every ounce of delicious joy and savoriness from this life. Do that now while you're here in the body, because it's a very different experience once you leave the body. And that's what you're here for, that visceralness of life. So more of that, living with more gusto. Maybe you've been tiptoeing around too much and you need to really get out there and experience life.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been going through that because of COVID. They've been kind of idling and not really living. And even though the threat has not gone away, we're in a different time. It's take your precautions, but get out there and live your life. Stop waiting for someday to do it, because someday might not come.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you for asking, because that's a really great topic for people right now. They need to hear it. And I'm so glad you made it through okay.
Me too. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Gary, you have a question about a soul path seen at birth? So like stillborn or right after?
Well, 39 years, can you hear me, Deborah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 39 years ago today, we had twin sons born prematurely. They lived roughly 40 minutes, and that was it. And I guess my question is, and maybe it could be answered through the guides or Metatron, but at that moment of birth, does a new soul come into that body, or does that take time? And I'm just wondering what that process is, especially when I put it in respect to my other son who passed 9 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the three of them are together. It's kind of.
Oh, definitely the souls, because they're connected. But the way it works, Gary, is that the soul enters the body at first breath of life. So yeah, the souls had gotten into the body. They're still settling in those first days, but the soul is there. So they're in the body, and they intended to have a very short life for whatever reason. Maybe they wanted to just have that together birth experience, but they chose you as the parent for a reason. They come to you either because you're a good match for their energy, or you've got past life karma with them. But there's nothing that you did wrong. It was all in their plans for their souls. They didn't come to live a long life. And that does happen sometimes.
So I guess that maybe this may be too much to ask, but will they know each other in the afterlife?
Yeah, absolutely, because their souls plan to come together.
Yeah,
they see all of that.
And with my son who recently passed as well. In other words,
probably, but let's just ask to be sure. So the twins, did their souls connect with their younger sibling on the other side? Yeah, absolutely, because they know each other. I mean, it was all planned out before any of them came, because the pre-birth planning is very extensive and covers a long period of time.
Well, that certainly feels good to know.
Yeah, and also remember, the twins, they would have still been connected to you energetically. They still keep an eye on you from the other side. So they would have seen the brother being born. They would have seen his life, and they would have seen when he crossed over. So they would have been there to meet him.
That's good to hear. Very good to hear. I just want to hear about that. Okay.
Yeah, those connections don't go away. They're always there.
Okay.
So you can connect with them too in your meditations.
Well, I will do that. We'll certainly try that. I've also been beginning to study more about consciousness through other means, but which kind of puts a lot more everything into greater perspective for me.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Okay.
So I see a couple of people have hands raised, and you guys, I can't see those hands when I'm going across taking questions. So if you will just go to chat and type the word question, that puts you in line, and then I'll be sure to see you. But if you just raise your hand, I might miss you, and I don't want to miss anybody. Felicity, good morning. You've got a question.
Hi. I ended up in hospital this week unexpectedly with a sprained shoulder, which was like an old injury that reopened itself again. And then when I came home, I experienced this most profound spiritual healing where something was taken out that I was holding in that shoulder. Very mind-blowing. I'm still sitting here in this kind of really, euphoric state. And I guess I wanted my guides to just speak to that, to just maybe fill in some of the gaps around what I experienced there.
Yeah, as you were talking, I got this visual of like a big pimple that was popped, so it was something that was brewing in that shoulder, and it just had to get to the right space so that it could pop out. So you felt that big shift when it happened, which is really wonderful because that validates for you how far you've come on your journey to be in touch, to feel those shifts.
Yeah, it was huge. And I know on the x-ray, there was like calcium deposits that were showing up. So I'm wondering if that was has been removed. But I saw like this flood of bright, intense red light as it happened. And I felt the angels all around. And afterwards, like a lot of the pain just instantly went. And the movement started to come back. So it was a really big experience for me that happened. But I also kind of feel like I was shown or given the experience so that I understood healing at a deeper level. Like I understood the teamwork involved because it was also me working with my angels to make it happen. So I don't know if there's something they can say about that.
Yeah. And on top of that, Felicity, you being here and speaking about that experience to share with other people what's possible, that's also very powerful attached. So I want to validate that for you.
Yeah.
So for Felicity, is there anything you want to share with her about this healing that she had with her shoulder? Is are the calcium deposits cleared up with the healing? I don't think it's 100% gone, but it might continue to dissipate over time. It's like it broke it up. It was like this big clump and it kind of broke it up and loosened it. So some of these things process over time because you wouldn't want big chunks floating around in your body anyway. It's got to be absorbed. So yeah, it feels like over time that will resolve itself. So what else about that? Was this connected to an emotional trauma? Yeah. So something that you've been holding there for a long time. Was it originally a physical injury in this lifetime? No.
No.
So it was was it emotional from this lifetime? No, it was past life. Okay. So that's really wonderful. So you are now working deeper layers.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So what the angels are doing with you as you're ready, they will bring more layers forward. It's just layer after layer. That's our process.
It feels like something really big shifted or left my body. And when I looked back after I'd had some sleep after it happened, I kind of got shown like a bird's eye view looking down, and I saw like this ripple effect come out from me. It felt like the healing was going beyond just where I was. It was something that was being shown to me on a really grand scale, and it also makes me wonder, whether this experience is something that I need to look at, even in terms of this theatre show I'm creating, because it feels like there was something really big in the experience that I had to learn and understand.
Yeah, and the grand scale is the raising of your consciousness of what's possible. Because this is mind-blowing stuff. It's like, would you have ever thought something like that was possible a year ago? So they've been gradually bringing you along, showing you things as you're ready. And of course, it's going to impact your show, because your show is all about you and your experience. And this is marvelous. It's light workers' work, bringing this awareness to the world. We've got to wake people up to what's possible, because they'll never ask or reach for it if they don't know it's possible. So you're planting seeds with your show. You're putting it out there, awakening people. Look at this. This can happen for you too. And more.
It feels like somehow this experience I need to include in the show, and I don't know what that is yet, but it feels like it needs to be shared.
Yeah. In whatever way you feel inspired to share it, because the angels will keep inspiring you and dropping those breadcrumbs. So right now you're still processing. Don't rush it. Allow it to process. You might even get more insights from it. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's big. As you said, it's a big vision, and you got that vision for a reason. This is not some little thing, Felicity. This is the big picture stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I wondered what the red light was that I saw, because that was with the color I saw the most in the process.
Okay. So what can you tell us about the red light that happened during this healing? It's because it's so deep to the root chakra.
Okay.
It goes all the way down.
Right. Okay.
It was felt it in your shoulder.
Yeah.
But it goes all the way through your body.
It was an area I'd had an old injury in that connected back to my ex-husband. And I noticed that every time I had conflict with an ex-partner, for example, I would get pain in the shoulder again. So it was something that would come back and nag me all the time.
Yeah.
But if you're saying it's connected to past life, then that's, I guess, something deeper again.
Yeah. And then it repeated in this lifetime.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, there was something there. Yeah, it's just about releasing, allowing it to release, being ready for it to release. It's process. That's what they want to get you to understand. It's not like snap your fingers, bam, the healing's done, because the physical body is involved. That can happen sometimes, but more often it's that process, because the body needs to go through whatever cleanup it has to do, like in your calcium deposit example. So it's marvelous that it can happen. It's expanding your understanding of what's possible, opening the doors for even more, taking you out of those limiting boxes.
Yeah.
Because we've only scratched the surface on what we can really do. There is no limit. If you can dream it, you can do it.
I really understood in the experience how people can heal from cancer, for example, in what happened and in the way it unfolded. And so it was a very deep experience to understand how the teamwork that's involved with the person and their team, and coming together in that way, and surrendering into the healing.
Yeah, because you have to allow the process. They can't force it on you. So are you feeling like this is leading you towards working as a healer, or is it more about just opening you up to teach about it?
Well, I don't have that healing gift as my gift. It's the independent entrepreneur. So I guess it's not.
You can still be a healer. You can be an independent entrepreneur healer. Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel very much that this theatre show that I'm developing is going to be my outlet for how I communicate, or how I heal people in a very different way. But it still feels like I'm getting all the pieces of the puzzle, and it's kind of a hard place to be, though, because I don't quite have it all here yet. It's still developing.
And that's okay. It'll always be that way, because you never stop learning. So I ask you that question only because I want you to think about it. Yes,
Yeah,
as the independent entrepreneur, you're probably going to teach it in whatever way you choose to teach it, and through your play is a way to teach, right? But if you felt guided to actually do some kind of a healing from what you have learned, you could do that if that brought you joy. But it's always about doing what feeds your soul.
Yeah. Okay. The other question I had was in terms of in terms of romance, because I am feeling quite alone in the world after separating from my partner last year. And I've come now out of 6 months of kind of hibernating to clear away a lot of old baggage and ties with people and try to prepare myself for being open to something new happening. And I'm sitting here now in the kind of the friend zone with my ex, watching him in a new relationship. And it's a really hard place to sit. So I guess I'm wondering what's coming up for me.
Okay. So for Felicity, is there a long-term romance coming up in her future? Not right now. Timing is off. You've got a lot of settling and shifting, learning to do right now, and a relationship would get in the way of that. Give it the space, but know that it is there for you down the road. You don't want to rush it, though. You want to be ready.
Is it going to take me getting my show on stage before that happens? Is it the show that's actually more important for me to be developing?
Probably, but let's check. So the relationship, will that come after the show is launched? Yeah, because that's taking everything you've got. It's all of your energy and your focus. Very little left over. Not a great place to start a relationship from.
Yeah. It's just also quite a lonely place to be because I'm doing all of this on my own and sometimes feeling like I'm stumbling in the dark with it, you know?
Yeah. But you're not. Your angels are guiding you. You're not ever stumbling in the dark. They're always there. So don't look down, look up, take their hands, keep moving forward.
Is there any time frame? Because I have no idea at the moment with everything that shifted for me. It feels like so much expansion has happened and I have no idea when I'm even going to get the show onto the stage this year. It just feels
okay. So can you give us a timeline for when the show will launch? And then I've got to move on, sorry, because there's still a lot of people waiting. A time frame for when the show will launch. Can you give us that? Would it be the first half of the year? It's possible. The optimal time for the show to launch, would it be the first half of the year? That's not optimal, no. You could rush it, but it's better to wait a little bit. What about third quarter? Would that be an optimal time for it to launch? Yeah, so September feels really good. That can change because you're processing this big shift right now. That's going to impact your timeline. So it depends on how you move through that, whether you go quickly through it or it takes a little bit longer, and don't rush it anyway. Take the time it takes. But September could be a good time.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys, sorry, I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can and still take care of everybody. So, Leah, welcome. It's been ages. How are you? Are you still here, Leah? Oh, no. Did you have to leave?
No. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. It's been ages. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you and the babies?
Oh, the babies now are 2.5.
Wow.
Can you believe time flies?
I wouldn't have been surprised if you said they were 5, you know, it does fly.
No, they're 2.5. 2.5, but it's been ages, of course, because I'm juggling now my time. It's quite hard now because they run around. What 2.5 years old look like. So I'm trying to do my best, but it's a very demanding job.
Yeah.
Two babies, but lots of love, lots of I don't know, probably the best thing that happened to me so far. but
Yeah.
still, a daily life, has the things that need to be done. But no complaints. I cannot imagine my life without them anymore.
Yeah, they're miracle babies. There's no
So,
question.
Yeah, they are miracle, and they are, they are miracle every day that I look at them, and now they're from babies. Now they are, turning into little girls. They talk quite a lot for their age, and they say quite, a few amazing things for 2.5. So they keep amazing me all the time.
That's
for
great.
sure.
So,
And plus,
what
we
is the
have a
question?
class.
What is your question today, Leah?
I have some issues, practical issues. This summer, my mom passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
29th of June. Yeah, after the baptism, 2 weeks later, she had a heart attack. I guess because I found her in the kitchen. She was trying to prepare a meal for the kid. Anyway, she was 8.
You're cutting in and out.
89, and I think that probably she wanted that. She didn't want to live anymore.
It was
Question is,
time.
my mom, I think it was time for her. One of the question is practical. We have 2 houses, one summer house and the apartment that she was living beneath mine apartment, and we try to renovate them just to rent them out, because what can we do with them? The summer house now is almost ready, and we have spent quite a lot of money on making it a nice, decent house. But the real estate agents, they propose very low monthly income. So I'm just trying to figure out, is this an Airbnb a better solution, something else that I am missing out? Plus, I'm not really I'm not thriving in my career, so we need some income, and so I'm trying to choose the right things. So one question is that where should I focus on them, and then is my career going to to go the way I want, or do I have to wait and do more practical things? Because this tennis thing started last year, but still we have issues. We don't have a lot of income, so we're still trying.
Okay, so I'm not clear with the apartment. Are you wanting to know, should you rent it?
Yeah, should we rent it permanently, or should we turn it into an Airbnb? Should we sell it? What should we do? What is the best? What's the best for us?
That's good. Let me go with that one. So for
Yes.
the apartment, would the optimal choice be to rent it out? What about Airbnb? That would be a good option. And what about selling it? Would it be better to sell it? Huh? No, I get Airbnb, so I don't know if it's practical to do that there, but they're saying Airbnb would be a good choice for you.
Okay, because this is what I'm feeling. The Airbnb, it's a summer house near the airport, so it's a place where tourists come. So
and so with your career, then, is it that tennis project that you were working on?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not thriving at the moment. We're just trying.
So what is it you want to know? Should you find a job, or
what should I do regarding this one? This job that both me and my partner we want this to make it a success. Are we missing something? Is there something that we should do? Should I search for also another job, because we need to know that we have certain kind of income during the month,
Sure.
especially now with the babies. You
Right.
understand that?
Okay. So would it be the optimal choice for Leah and her partner to continue with the present project? No, it's not working. It's stuck. It's like you're banging your head against a brick wall. So would it be an optimal choice to pursue another job? Yeah. Don't wait around for them. It may happen. It may never happen. You can't hitch your wagon to their star. They're not reliable. So you've got to take your destiny into your own hands. Find something that works for you and your present life. It doesn't have to be the grand career of your dreams, but something to sustain you. That's the responsible thing to do. So I don't know if you have a lot of options.
Well, not really by now. That's why, because this is quite a promising thing to do. 6 tennis courts, but we start from scratch. That's the problem. So we need to organize everything. So it's quite a hard thing to do.
What about doing some private coaching? Could you do that while you're waiting for the project to come together?
Well, we are teaching there, but we don't have a lot of students now. We teach there three days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But we need to find more students somehow. We need to organize it, I guess. So that's why we're a little bit stuck.
Yeah. Is there anything you thought about doing virtually so you could reach more people?
Yes, we have to advertise it on Facebook and do a few things, because the guys that they are the owners, they are very, very slow in their decisions. So they're holding us back.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of things to do in our mind, but they are holding all of them back.
So find a way around them. Don't let them stop you, because they really are that brick wall that it's just frustrating, and you're going to get brain damage. You keep beating your head against that wall. So find a way to pursue your dream, go around them, keep moving. Don't let that stop you. And maybe that means you do more virtual work, or you do group work, bringing in people to work with them, until something else develops.
Yeah. Sure. This is what I'm also thinking, but and third and last question, anything else that my guides want to share with me that I'm missing out?
Okay. Is there anything you want to share with Leah before we end today? I'm seeing the little bluebirds of happiness flying around with their ribbons around you and your family. Just, keep your eyes up, keep focusing on the future, keep moving forward. Don't get discouraged. You're just in a little rough spot right now, but there's a lot of sunshine and wonderful happiness coming as the babies grow and you get out, you're more active with them, you're going to feel better. And when you do that, when your eyes are up and you're looking forward, you're seeing more opportunities. Right now, you're kind of focused down. You're not seeing all the opportunities the angels are bringing to you. So that's a big part of it. So as soon as you can, step out of that energy into the excited energy about what you're going to do in the future and move into that.
Yeah. Yes, that's very encouraging because right now I'm in a rough spot, as you say. That I'm focused on that, which is not my whole life. Okay.
Yes. Well, you can create miracles. You've already done it, so just do it again.
Yeah. Yes, Deborah, you're right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Much. It was great to hear from you.
Great to hear from you too. And I'll try to keep up with the events as long as I can. I promise.
Awesome. Okay. You be well.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Dale, you have a question?
Hi.
Hi.
work has been really slow, and I'm doing what I love to do, so that's not an issue. I don't. I'm really good at what I do, but I'm not a really good businesswoman, so I don't know how to market myself. And so I keep asking for more clients, and obviously I've been asking for more money. And I feel like I'm stuck and I don't really know what to do. Last time I asked about moving, and I said my family is here, and you said about Zoom and FaceTime. But my grandsons play sports. They're 12 and almost 11. And I really enjoy watching them play. It's a big highlight. As you said, from COVID, we kind of got, I don't know, stuck in where we are, and trying to go out is, yeah, you do it, but then you don't do it, but so anyway, going to see them play is a real big highlight for me. I really enjoy it. And my oldest grandson is phenomenal at whatever he does with sports. So leaving here, as much as I might want to, because I think I have gypsy blood, and I just love to get up and go, is not really realistic. It's like there's a part of me that wants to. This is like so big that I just don't know what to do with it. It has to do with work. It has to do with money. It has to do with living here. It has to do with living someplace else. Can you ask for help for me?
Yes. So can you give Dale some clarity, because she's in a conundrum right now?
Thank you.
What would be the optimal choice in the short term to get her out of this funk? More breathing and relaxing, less stressing, because that stressing and that energy is closing you down and it's blocking your view. It's like you're wearing blinders. You can't see the breadcrumbs your angels are putting out for you because you're in that state of stress, shut down, fear, worry. Does that make sense?
Sort of. I know a lot of that, and I work at not going there. But then it's like, so how to, some weeks I could have really, really great weeks of work, and other weeks there's just maybe 3-4 clients a week, which really, I mean, it's not enough.
Yeah.
And so I really just don't know. I don't know what to do,
Well, when you get into that space of relaxing, breathing, trusting that your angels are going to come and fill in the gaps for you, then you open the spaces, you open your eyes, other opportunities start coming in. So in the short term, what you can do is breathe, relax, allow the opportunities to come. Now, having said that, they're also saying, listen, Dale, there are job opportunities all over the place right now. If you need to pick up a part-time job to fill the gap, then do that. You might even find you enjoy it. It would certainly get you out where you could meet other people, where you can be talking about what you do and perhaps finding more clients. So it's you getting out, moving around. I'm seeing you as a chicken. This is funny. So you're the hen, you're out there pecking on the ground, and you keep going further and further out, expanding your area, your comfort zone. So you're kind of in this small space to begin with. You got to keep moving out, because the opportunities are out there, but you're not seeing them if you're stuck in this little cage.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. And then I'm almost 74 years old, and I just looked at it and said, I don't really want another job. I mean, first of all, I wouldn't even know what to do. And second of all, I love what I do, and it's like, at this point in my life, I look at it and go, I really have to get another job? Really? It's like,
no, you don't have to. It's a choice. It could take some of the stress off of you. You might even find something you enjoy.
Would they have a clue for me?
About what kind?
Yeah.
Let's just see what they say. So is there any direction or clue that you can give Dale about what to check into? Do you like to read?
I love to read.
Would
Yeah,
you say
all
you're
the
good?
time.
Can you proofread? Are you a good proofreader?
I've never tried it. I mean, when I read things on my tablet, I pick up mistakes, but okay. All right. So where do you find proofreading jobs?
There's this thing called Fiverr.com, Fiverr. You can go on and you can register on Fiverr and put your skills out there, whatever they are. Proofreading is just the thing that came to me if you like to read. So that's one thing you could check into. People will pay you,
Okay.
if you can show them some examples of what you can do. But that doesn't have to be the only thing. Look around and see what are people offering there. You might find several things that you could register yourself for.
Okay.
There's also other things like this one called Upwork that you can register for. People find you online and they hire you for gigs. So it can be a nice little side thing while you're building your massage business. Because part of that's just getting people to be ready to go out again. And from a business standpoint, do you have people that you've worked with in the past who aren't presently coming to you? Maybe you could offer some kind of a special, get them back in there, get them into the habit again.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you don't want to go into those slamming the door. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this, because that doesn't help anybody. It's what do you want to do? Let's move towards what you do, what you're willing to do. And your angels will bring you opportunities.
Okay.
There's tons of things you can do online to make money. It's just opening up and finding them. You can make money answering surveys. Crazy stuff that people pay for, but you have to search it out. You got to apply and follow through.
I just didn't have any idea where to look for anything.
Yeah. Send me an email and I'll send you a link to a book I read a while back from this nomad, a digital nomad who lives on the road and does all kinds of weird jobs, and she knows where to find them. So she wrote a book so that you know where to find them. And it would be a good place to start.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Dana, another Dana on the iPad. Or is that you, Dana? No, it's not Dale. Dana on the iPad.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. Sorry. What's your question?
Do my guides have anything to tell me, please?
Okay. Yeah. So for Dana, what would you like to share today? More of that blue skies theme, so are you getting out? Are you getting fresh air and sunshine on a regular basis?
Probably not enough.
So that's the first thing. It's blue skies. It's getting out there, breathing the fresh air, just being in that space of gratitude for being alive, for having fresh air to breathe. So if you don't have a gratitude journal, might be a good thing to start. That will shift your energy. It will open you up to more possibilities that you might have been seeking. What else for Dana? Yeah, I'm seeing you walking along this, like a small town sidewalk, and you're stopping to bend over and smell the flowers, the little beautiful flowers that are along the path. Just in that space of being, more being and less doing, soaking up the sunshine, the sense of nature, just the delight in being alive and that there are possibilities. So all of that is coming together for you, which it's all kind of encircled with a beautiful ribbon of gratitude. So the more you get in touch with that side of yourself, the beingness, the gratitude, then I feel it's like somebody started your engine. I can feel it in your solar plexus. It started all of a sudden kicked in and it started humming. So doing that brings you to a place of higher vision for yourself. so that you know what you want to do next, because you haven't really made choices. So you're going to just be staying in this little spot, spinning your wheels until you make choices about what you want to do next. So what they're showing me, this whole grand picture we've just been going through, is to get you to first step out and have that awareness. Spend that time thinking about, reveling in life, and okay, what do I want to do next? What would bring me joy? And then when you see it, start the engine, go do it. So there's a little pathway for you to start on. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jenny, good morning. Did you have a question?
I didn't. I just was saying good morning.
Okay.
To say
Good
hello
morning.
to everybody. Happy that everyone's here.
So glad you could join us.
Yeah. Sending love and light to everybody.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Victor, you've been really experiencing a lot of aches all over your body, not painful, but like electric pulsating and throbbing, with very tired. You took a COVID test, which was negative. Can your guides tell you what's going on? Okay. Well, let's just ask about that. So for Victor, what's going on with this achy body and dragginess? It's feeling like some kind of a virus, although maybe not the one you were testing for, but kind of in the same family, which brings a lot of that fatigue. So for you, I'm seeing you wrapped up in the blanket, drinking the hot tea and the broth, and just taking that time for self-care. Pause, give your body time to catch up with where your mind is trying to take you, because you're busy formulating new plans and moving forward, but the body's not quite ready to go there yet. It needs a little self-care first. So ministering to yourself, giving yourself the space to heal and bring back the vitality. But meanwhile, you can take vitamin C and things like that just to support yourself. If you're not already doing that, something to give you that boost would be good. Also, the healing energies in the book, have you tried some of those?
Not as of yet, no.
You have Little Book of Meditations, right?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. So there's several in there that are healing meditations. While you're wrapped up in your blanket, sipping your hot liquid, do one of those healing meditations. See how you feel. Okay. That'll give you a little extra oomph.
Thank you.
Is that enough?
Is there anything else they want to share with me?
Okay, so for Victor, anything else you want to share? Yeah, hunker down is what I'm hearing. Give yourself permission to hunker down for a little bit. You don't always have to be doing so much. More being right now to heal, because you have to give your body that honor and that space. Because what they're saying, they're adding one more thing. This vessel was given to you to take you through this entire lifetime. If you don't give it the proper care, it's not going to make it. And then the rest of the ending part won't be as good as it could have been. So for all of us, that's a big message. It's our responsibility to take care of this vessel so that it gets us to the end.
Great, great. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate it much.
You're welcome. Karen, you said, how do you raise your hand for a question? You're on the phone. You did it perfect because you put your question here to let me know you had a question. That's perfect. So
hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've had a lot of time, so I'm trying to be really concise. Kind of reflecting back on the time thing. First of all, I'm an energy psychology practitioner and a healer, and I'm in this, and I've had some crazy growth, but I will tell you that time is knocking me for a loop right now. It's like I'm not really in time, and the expansion, I think it's expansion, or I'm psychotic. I have no idea, kind of leaning towards feeling psychotic. So I guess, my question is when's this going to get over? My sign is Capricorn. Mercury was, in retrograde Capricorn. How much longer is this going to last? That's the first one.
This feeling of time being out of control? Is that what you're asking about?
Time not, or just this, okay. This might be related to my second question, my business. I haven't been able, okay, I've been doing the same thing for a while, but not gaining ground because I feel like I need to finish my book. I feel like the marketing thing is always making me, so I feel like I'm just kind of running around in circles. And so I'm also doing other work just to keep the lights on. And so, you know, what is stopping me? What is blocking me? Is it the nuttiness, you know, from time? Is it the rate of expand? What is it? So I guess what's stopping me from moving forward? Let's kind of see if the guides have if those, you know, they're related, you know?
Yeah. I see you on a tricycle and you're too big for this tricycle. It's a kiddie tricycle. You are pedaling like mad and you're going in this big circle and you are, you know, like the Tasmanian devil in the cartoons. You're just
feels like me.
You're spinning all that energy, but it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Stop.
Exactly.
Take a breath. It's okay. You could do that. Give yourself that self-care to stop, take a breath, reassess where you're at and what you want to do. Pick something and move forward into it. You've got too many things swirling. You're not getting anything done because it's all of it, right? So part of that's procrastination. That will lead you into that kind of a spinning energy. So one thing you can do right away, stop worrying about not having enough time because that creates the reality of not having enough time.
Okay.
Start telling yourself, I am so happy and grateful that I always have more than enough time for what I need to do or something like that, right? The more you focus on always having more than enough time, not focusing on too little, the more time will expand to accommodate you. You create that reality with your thoughts. It really does work. I've done it. It's worth doing.
Yeah, that's advice I would give someone else, but I am not, it's like I'm not in, it feels like I've been blocked for a really long time. So the question is, should I focus on my book? Should I focus on my coaching? Should I focus on real estate? Those are, I don't know. I enjoy them all. Can we ask that?
Do you enjoy any of them more than the other? Are they equal?
Well, I know that my passion and my calling is definitely the iconoclast portion, you know, my book exposing, you know, myths and lies. That's my passion, but I'm hella good at design and real estate. I mean, I've done it for a long time and I'm good at it. I can, you know, bring in money, and honestly, I'm exhausted pedaling that tricycle for so long. I just want to get off.
And it's too little. It's not the right tool for the job. You got to let go of the tricycle, ditch it.
Well, let's ask, what's the right tool?
Okay. So would it be an optimal choice to move into doing more of the real estate design because that feels so good? Yeah, absolutely. Anything that lights you up, do more of that. Now, you've got the passion to do the book. Yes. However, realistically, most people don't make a lot of money on books, and it's really hard. It's hard work. There's a lot of marketing involved. There's a whole strategy. If you get a traditional publisher, they're going to take a big chunk of the money because they got to spend it to market the book, right? So you're not going to get much money from this.
Well, no, it's just authority about my healing business is what it is. I mean, it doesn't, I can
and that's great. Do it. Right. Get it out there, do it, but it's not going to earn you a living. It's not going to pay your bills. That's why it's wonderful that you are lit up by doing the real estate design stuff. Keep doing that. That's your steady income. On the side, absolutely do the book. Don't abandon it. You have that inspired idea for a reason.
Right.
Just know it's probably going to take longer than you thought, and it's going to be slow ramping up. It doesn't mean it won't be wildly successful. It could be, but there's a lot of pieces involved in making that happen.
Right. Okay. One more. Should I reach out to Martin?
Would it be an optimal choice to reach out to Martin? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It feels cool but smooth. Does that make sense?
No. He's a Cancer, and it was I mean, he had tons of misunderstandings in the past 2 weeks, and I'm just kind of pissed, but it's also not, you know, it's like, should I be the one? And I don't think it's pride. I think I'm just too flippin' busy. So I don't know. It's like
So-
it takes so much energy and I don't have any extra.
Yeah. So that's why it feels cool, because you're ambivalent about it.
Yeah.
So then don't wait.
Okay.
You can, it's not going to hurt anything, but that ambivalence is certainly going to be a factor. So you've got to ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Then let it simmer. Let it simmer until it feels better.
Okay. And then in terms of the tricycle, in terms of my business pursuits, what is a better vehicle than the tricycle?
Your feet.
Obviously, my feet.
Get off that damn tricycle, stand up on your feet, and walk forward into your future that you're creating. Yeah.
Okay, stand up.
Tricycle, you've outgrown it. It's an outmoded means for you. It worked for you once upon a time. It doesn't anymore.
Well, that's kind of the entire metaphor of the expansion, and where I know that I've grown way past actually almost the vessel. And that's part of there's plenty of people that get diagnosed with psychoses. I'm a therapist, so it's like, hey, I'm familiar with this, but it's kind of scary when I'm the one that's feeling crazy.
Well, but everybody who's going through this ascension feels that way from time to time, because it's new ground. It's vast.
Right.
It's kind of scary, but we're all going through it together, which is why the 21-day meditation group is so great. And if you're not in it, you should be, because you can talk about this with people and find out, oh gosh, I'm not crazy. Other people are going through this too. It's this massive up-leveling we're doing as we ascend our consciousness.
Right.
It's new ground.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate it so much. Bye-bye.
Okay. Crystal said, follow your gut, Rachel. That's awesome. Kat G. Oh, you already did the question. Okay. All right. So Nicole, you want a second? Let's see if we have time. Sarah with an H has a question. Are you still here, Sarah? I know a few people dropped off. Okay, I don't see Sarah. So, Annette, should you go to London to have surgery? So if you're here, you can unmute yourself, Annette. So for Annette, would it be an optimal choice to go to London for surgery? Yes, and as I asked that, I felt this real peace in my solar plexus. So that's a very good sign, Annette.
Okay, thank you. I've been kind of wondering, only just recently, because it should have taken place last year and where I actually live. And so many things have gone on with the health and with the hospitals and things. It's delayed, constantly delayed, which is not helping my symptoms because they are kind of exasperating. So, and that option has come up, but I've just been very unsure if I should kind of go to a new specialist, a new area, and would it be a bit complicated? But I'm surprised you said yes, because I thought it was going to be a no.
Yeah, it was a distinct feeling in my solar plexus. It was like smoothing it out, very peaceful.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And is there anything else? Because I just wondered, I've been stuck for quite a while actually waiting for this surgery. So it's taken a big chunk of my life of kind of doing nothing. I just wondered, will things get back on track this year? Or
yeah, I think so. I think that's what the smoothness is about. But let me just ask. So taking this action of going to London for the surgery, is that going to have a positive impact on her life moving forward? Absolutely. Yeah. So is that going to relieve that block, that stuckness? Yeah. Because you're going to come out of that with a feeling of renewal. That's what it feels like to me. That block's out of your way. The path is now clear. You can start moving forward on all those things that were on hold for so long.
Okay,
and
that's good.
Like a child, you're going through this treasure chest of, okay, now that I can, what do I want to do? And it's very exciting. So it's new opportunities, stepping forward, just having a really good time. Don't forget.
Yeah, I kind of feel, I get this sense that things will change, and I've got quite a few things in my mind that I'd like to get up and running and things, but I've just held back so long because of waiting for surgery. So, but is there any idea that when that might be, the surgery? Would it be the beginning of the year or? Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, so the timing on the surgery, when is it likely that she could get this scheduled? Would it be in the next 3 months? That's likely. Is it highly likely in the next 3 months? Okay, so like February? Are you saying that? Is there a very high percentage of that, February? Yeah, I keep getting a yes in February, so that's a possibility.
Okay, that's good.
Put that out there to your angels. Ask them to facilitate, because the sooner you do this, the better.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, Mike, your computer crashed. Sorry to hear that. I hope you got it all fixed. Ari, what areas should you focus on in your spiritual growth? Great question. So for Ari, what would be the optimal choice to focus on for her spiritual growth? You. It's all about you. So less outward focus, Ari, more inward focus. It's all about you going through those layers of deeper understanding of who you are, what you want, and then what you're going to do about it. You've got to do that inner work first. And, sometimes we skip over that because we're in such a hurry to get out there and start serving the world. But we can't serve the world at the optimal until we first serve ourselves. And it's so funny. I was just reading something about this last night. The wisdom of working on those inner layers. And of course, we never get that done. That's part of our entire soul journey, is deeper and deeper understanding of who we are, so that we can step up into our full potential as souls, not just as these third dimensional bodies. There are so many people in this world going about their life only focusing on living, existing. I don't call that really living, it's existing, right? So they're not living to their full potential. Their soul is not being satisfied, and it's kind of shriveling up inside as it's not being attended to. So you focus on your soul. What does your soul want to do? Ask ego to step aside or get on board, and let's go being more of who you came to be, because that's what's waiting for you. Does that make sense?
Well, I feel like I am working on that, but I don't know what to work on, because I feel like I know myself really well as a person. So I'm not sure. And someone had mentioned something about like childhood stuff. I don't feel like I have really any baggage from childhood. And I don't feel like I have any baggage from relationships. I feel like I've already conquered all that. So I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to be working on.
Yeah, it's very unusual that you wouldn't feel something to work on. So that's probably some kind of a block, right? So for Ari, can you give her a little more detail about what she's working on, because she's a little confused? Yeah, it's the meditation. It's the breathe, relax, allow, and let your angels bring you those visions that will inspire you to the next thing that you want to do. Are you doing something that feeds your soul right now?
I feel I always do, like music, feeds my soul. My little crafty projects that I have, I get a lot of joy out of that. But I'm all over the place because I have a lot of interest, and there's a lot of things that my mind is, all over the place. To focus on one thing is,
you can do a lot of things. You can dabble in a lot of things, but the majority of your focus needs to be on that one thing that lights you up, that feeds your soul, that you would do for free because it feels so wonderful. So more focus on that. And that's why the inner journey is so important, because let's say you're a teacher and you can teach 10 languages, for instance, but does that behoove you to do that? Because your efforts are so scattered that you're not really making an impact. It's a little here, a little there. It's like taking somebody's cremated remains and spreading them all over in, 50 different places, which could be really good. But if your intention was to use them to fertilize a plant, that's not going to work, because you need them right there in one spot. So that teacher teaching those 10 languages is spreading themselves so thin, they're not being as effective as they could be. So instead of that, if that teacher were to step back and say, okay, the one where I feel like I'm making the biggest impact, that's the one I'm going to go with. And I'm going to put more energy into that. Doesn't mean on the side you can't dabble and play with those others, but they're not getting the real focus. Does that help?
Yeah, it helps. Yeah.
But your
Thank
angels
you.
won't tell you which of those to do. It's up to you to decide. And maybe what you need to do is pick several that feel really good and put your focus on one at a time. Spend some time there. How does that feel? Can you notice a difference? And when you find the one that just clicks, oh yeah, but you didn't notice it before because you were too busy doing all these other things.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
really,
helpful.
it's taking that deeper journey to find it. I'm feeling like a shamanic journey. So I don't know if you've ever had one of those, but that's just what came up. So taking that shamanic journey to the depths to find out at your roots, at your core, what is that thing your soul wants to do? Because it's more talking with the soul. Get the
Okay.
ego out of the way. What does soul really want to accomplish? The answer's there, but you've got to go inside and dig for it. They won't tell you. They'll give you
Sounds
hints.
good.
They'll bring the breadcrumbs, but they won't tell you because that interferes with your choice.
Yeah, I feel like I have the breadcrumbs right now.
Awesome. Okay, so keep us posted on how that goes.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Alyssa, you're late. That's okay. You come whenever you can come. You're always welcome. Linda K, messages from your guide team. So what do you have to share with Linda today? I'm hearing this weird song. It's being sung by a bear walking along a path, chewing on some nuts, and it's like yodi 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 yo. Just nonsensical kind of sing song. It's just being in that space of not asking anything of yourself except just being there in the moment, doing that kind of chanting, humming thing, enjoying your nuts and not putting any pressure on yourself.
I've kind of been doing that, just singing little ditties that I make up and just to lighten up a little bit, because
that's very healing for you right now. You need that healing space. So it's honoring yourself and giving the time to do that. So they're validating for you that what you're doing is good. You're on the right track. Do that.
Okay.
As long as you feel you need to do that. And then when you're ready to shift into something else, you will. But you'll also always go back to that space, because that's where you can regroup. You can decide, okay, what am I doing next? Am I feeling good about this? It's assessing where you're at and then making the next inspired choice. But that space is really important for you.
Yeah, I've been trying to reflect a little more.
Yeah.
To get a better view or understanding of where I'm
had
at.
some big changes. So you've got to honor those changes, assess them, process them, right? Give yourself that time.
Yeah. All right. That's good.
Does that help?
Yep, that helps. That makes sense.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Richard, question. So glad you could come, Richard.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about this, and for some reason I'm supposed to be bringing this up. I need some confirmations from my Akashic records.
Okay.
First of all, with my mom this lifetime, I understand that a bunch of us come together every lifetime for several lifetimes. Was my mother one time actually my wife, or like a wife to me in a previous lifetime?
Okay.
And
so for Richard, does he have a past life relationship with his present wife? Yes.
No. How about my mother?
Oh, sorry. So for Richard, his mother, do they have a past life relationship? Did they have a past life relationship? Yes. Can you show us what that relationship was? Was it a romantic relationship? Was there another one? Yeah, there's more than one. And so was there a sibling relationship? No. Was there a parent-child relationship before this one? Yeah. Okay. And was Richard the parent in that lifetime? Yeah. Was he the father? And was she female in that lifetime? Okay, so you had the father-daughter. So it's interesting now you have the reverse of that. And you had a relationship where you were spouses or like spouses. Anything else? Those are the significant ones. That's what's important right now.
Is so that that explains the incest from this lifetime. Okay, that's what I came up with. And it's like, wow, what a big answer that was when I finally realized it. And for some reason I'm supposed to bring it up so that it could help a lot of other people to understand that, this incest and everything that's going on could be something from many lifetimes back.
Yeah. Let's just ask that question. So in a past life, did his mother and he have an incest connection? Yeah. So in this lifetime, the intention was, at least on your part, to clear that up. But, for whatever reason, it went awry. So now that you're aware of it, you've come to this place of spiritual awakening. You can release it so it doesn't have to repeat. So you've probably done things to cut that, clear it.
I am working on it still. I have been for several years. But now something that keeps coming up for me is I'm having memories as a younger child of things that I don't specifically remember anything being done to me, but was I targeted sexually like as a toddler? I don't really remember anything specific, but I'm wondering where I got all the sexuality and everything before, my teen years. How did I become sexualized before my teen years?
Yeah. So for Richard, was there some sort of sexual abuse in his toddler years that he has repressed? Yeah. Okay. And was that by his mother? Was it by other people? Yeah, it's feeling like it was more than one person. And did that go on for a long period of time? I'm getting it went on for a long period of time, but how long are you talking? Like up to puberty? No, not that long. Okay, so it was a shorter period of time. So it was a condensed period of time? Like a couple of years? Was it more than 2 years? Let's ask that question. More than 2 years. Okay. Was it
about 4 years?
Less than 3? No. Was it less than 4? So less than 4. So like 3.5? Nearly 4. Okay, nearly 4. So that would take you to like almost 7, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Then the only other thing is do I really need to remember these in order to clear them?
Okay. So is it necessary for Richard to recover these memories in order to clear them? No, absolutely not. No. It's your intention. If you in your being are attached to the idea that you must recover them, then that will be your truth. If you let go of that and you realize I'm a sovereign soul, I can cut those ties and release them, even if I don't know the story, then you have that ability. So it's within you. It's that conflict inside of you.
Okay. Yeah.
Because sometimes it's really hard to let go of the need to know.
Well, I haven't had that real hard desire for that. But the thing is because of some of my memories, and it's like that was preteen, and why would I have it?
Yeah.
Normally that stuff doesn't come up until you're a teenager, and then you start experiencing things. So it's like, okay, there's got to be something there. And it's like, I think by finding this out is something to help me so that I could just release it.
Yeah.
And you pretty much confirmed that for me.
It's the picture I'm getting, Richard. It's like, are you familiar with the story of when Jesus told the disciples that if you go into a town and you're not received and accepted, wipe the dust off your feet and leave?
And keep going. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Okay.
Wipe the dust, all the emotional baggage that goes with it, and discard.
Oh, that would be great. All right. Do they have any other insight for me?
Okay. Anything else you want to share with Richard? I'm hearing the love, love, love song. Just pouring love on you. And now I'm seeing this urn pouring this gold and white liquid that just goes all over you, and it soaks into your body. It's just love energy, so that it can fill you up. You get kind of tingly as it processes through your body, and you've taken it into your pores, that deeply into your being, so you can feel it. And it washes away any of the remainder of the doubt, the fear, the mistrust, even self-blame.
Yes.
Self-blame. Washing all that away and coming out your feet, being transmuted into the earth, composted.
Oh, thank you so very much.
You're welcome. That was powerful. Thank you for sharing that.
You have a great day.
You too. Marissa, is Marissa still here?
I am, and I'm sorry, the camera on this machine I'm on broke last month. So.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, specifics about your retirement. The courts are giving your ex some of it, and you're bitter and angry about that. I would be too. Is there any word or loophole or guidance to protect yourself? Okay, so
the last little bit, I feel like I've let so much go. I've come so far. I'm so happy. I'm so at peace. Everything's great and wonderful without him. And, and then there's this last little just bitterness that makes me want to never retire so he doesn't see the money kind of thing.
Well, that's cutting off your nose to spite your face, right?
I know.
Yeah. So for Marissa, what can you help her with this issue with the ex getting part of her retirement money? Oh, they're saying, Marissa, here's what you need to do. Flip the script and think of it as an investment in your future. You're investing in your grand future without him. And that is a small price to pay. Let it go with a free heart. Stop focusing on it, because what that does is that shuts down your manifesting when you're in that energy. Let it go with love. There had to have been something good about that relationship. So focus on that. Send it away, knowing that you are investing in the next phase of your life, and it's going to be glorious. But you've got to let that go. It's like wiping your feet at the door. You're knocking off all the dirt and the muck, not bringing it into your house.
I agree 1000%. That's sort of where I'm at. It's just so much better. I will try.
So when that anger comes up, just focus on the positive memories.
There aren't many.
Got to be something positive.
There aren't any. He's such a parasite.
Were there children in that relationship?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, so that's it. You wouldn't have those babies without him. So, that's like you're paying it off. It's done. Let it go. Try to do it with a light heart, because it will open more doors for you. It will affect your manifesting. You don't want to have that anchor around your neck that you keep taking through your life. You got to let that go.
Mhm. Yeah,
You don't
there's
have to love him. You don't even have to like him.
Yeah,
You
I
just want to
don't.
let go of the negative feelings because that hurts you.
Yeah, I have in large part. I got a letter from the retirement people that just brought it all back. I was like, I know I had to go through all this, but it's the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved. You gave me advice a couple of years ago, and so I moved jobs, and I'm making a ton more money.
Awesome.
It's just I'm amazed at how much energy it took to exist with him living here. I was unaware, but as soon as he was gone, I could live my life again. I could be me again, and everything just has gotten so much better.
Yeah. So focus on that, the celebration that you broke free of that. You have stood up. You're taking back your power in your life.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
And then the only other question I always have is, are there people in my life now that were part of my past life?
Well, I need a specific because otherwise it would take forever to go through it all.
Yeah. Okay. I
Do you
guess
have a specific person you want to ask about?
Well, I'd like to connect with my friend Troy. He passed a couple years ago.
So you want to know whether you have a past life with him?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Troy, was there a past life connection with her friend Troy? No. This was your first time. But it doesn't mean it will be the last. You can choose to have more in the future.
Okay. I think that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Rachel, you had to sign off. Rachel H. So glad you could be here. Oh, and Marissa, you said it was a message for you about proofreading, and that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, that's one of those things that people don't even think about, but it can be a lucrative business because there are authors out there all over the place who need proofreaders. They're not so easy to find. So if it's something you've got a talent for, yeah, it's a great side gig.
Your reading to Dale really spoke to me.
Awesome. I'm so glad. And that's the way it is, you guys. You know, the energy the angels bring in, it's for everybody in some way. It will touch you. It's universal. Yeah. Bonnie B, you got a question.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. I was just going to ask if my guides had any message for me today.
Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to be winding down, you guys, because we're already after 1. So any message from Bonnie's guides? What do you want to share with Bonnie today? Bonnie Blue. I'm hearing Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue over the ocean. What is that about? You talking about travel? Ooh, travel. Okay. So you're encouraging her to travel? Yeah, it's like stop limiting yourself, stop holding back, get out there and do those things you've been dreaming about doing. Absolutely. The horizon is wide open for you. So many choices to be made, so many delights. You're at this big banquet and there's all these things you can choose from, and only choose the very best. Be very selective for yourself in choosing what serves your needs, what lights you up, and will help you to move forward on the path that you've chosen. Does that make sense?
It does a little bit. Thank you. I've been wearing blue pretty much every day for the last couple of months, which is kind of interesting.
Funny, yeah. So anything else you want to share with Bonnie about that? Yeah, stop holding back. It's time to really step forward and claim your bright future. Because, you know, life has been on hold for a while and there's a lot of uncertainty about many things. But none of that has to impact you specifically. You can transcend that. Focus on the goal that your soul came here to work on, whatever delights you and feeds your soul. Work on that. Don't worry so much about the peripheral stuff because that's, you know, it's like gnats. You can brush it away. Don't engage with it. When you engage with it, then it becomes more powerful and it has the opportunity to interfere. So let it go. Keep focused on your life, your journey, what brings you joy. And when you do that, more opportunities for even more joy and excitement will come into your life. And then there is that banquet of what do I choose? Because I've created all these choices for myself. So you've been manifesting all this stuff that's like backed up in your closet, and now it's time to take it out, use it, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Janny, you liked Richard's message? Oh, yeah. Blessings abound for everybody when we share that kind of thing, and we're not afraid to talk about it. So that's the end. Nicole, you had something else you wanted to ask. Are you still here?
I am, very quickly. Thank you. I've been trying for quite some time to get my kids' passports, and it's been unsuccessful. So I'm wondering if this is some other message, like don't travel yet.
Oh, okay. So for Nicole with the kids' passports, what can you tell her about why they're not coming through? Is there some reason they're being held up?
Yes.
Is that blocking them for the higher purpose? Yeah, timing is off. That's what it is. So are you saying it's not safe for them to do international travel right now? Yeah. Will it change anytime in 2023? Yeah, don't be in a hurry, Nicole. Let it simmer. Let other people be the pioneers to get out there and see what the landscape looks like. You wait until they've beat the trail down a little bit and it's more comfortable.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me just ask though, what about like the second half of the year? Would that be an optimal time for them, the second half of the year? No, too soon.
Summer is too soon then, yeah.
Yeah, summer's too soon. Last quarter could work. So maybe holiday, although it's hard to travel around the holidays.
Yeah.
If you could get extra time before the crowds, maybe. So would it be an optimal time for them and for international travel in the third quarter? Yeah, could very well be. I get a really solid yes on that too.
On third quarter? Wow.
Third quarter, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. Anybody else before we wrap? Final question. I think I got everybody, but if I missed anybody, please step up and let me know. Let's be sure we get all the questions answered before we end. Anybody? Don't be shy, unmute. Astro Decoder, thank you. You're so welcome. Glad you could be here.
Sure, if you're begging. Could you, this is Marisa, could you tell me where Dwight is and how he plays into my life?
Dwight. Okay. So for Marisa, Dwight. Is he still living?
I don't know.
I get that he's still living. Okay. And is there a future connection? No, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Let it go. Don't put any energy there. Just let it go. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So unless anybody else is dying to ask a question, we'll do a little closing prayer. So sit back, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. Bring in that energy in your heart chakra of gratitude and let it expand from you to the world. Bring in all that love, that light, all the new insights, the inspirations that came from our circle today. Let that build up in your heart chakra in this spinning ball that's growing in density and size until it expands to encompass your entire body. And then it spreads out 5 miles from you. And your energy is reaching out in that 5-mile space. All of us together doing that, forming this massive energy circle around the earth so that others will be touched. They will be drawn in to ask for more for themselves, to stop living in those little boxes, limiting their lives. Now is the time as light workers to step forward in confidence, faith, and love that's just blooming from us. We can't contain it. It's so big for all of the world as we share that. And we know, because it's been promised to us, that that love will lighten other hearts. It will impact those hearts, soften them, prepare them to step forward, fulfilling their own soul's purpose. We are influencing the many as we come together with this energy and this intention. So thank you, all of you, each one, for being here, being a part of something much greater than we can even conceive in this moment. Because Metatron has these grand plans that he doesn't reveal to us in the moment. We just get the little tidbit we need. There's so much more coming. It's going to be gloriously wonderful, delightful, impactful, massive. Thank you to all of our teams for being here, joining us today, bringing this delightful energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, I will send you all off to enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next month. Oh, if you could do me a huge favor, you guys, it really, really helps if you come back later, watch the video, and put a comment on it. That helps other people to see it. I would deeply appreciate that. So thank you. See you all soon.
Thank you.